Trust Wallet now supports the XRP Ledger network. You can interact with the chain and store, send and receive your XRP and XRP Ledger tokens. And the reason why this is a big deal is because it's giving XRP holders the ability to access the Trust Wallet products and also other people that use Trust Wallet to access XRP. So it just allows for more DeFi liquidity to flow into the XRP Ledger. Because Trust Wallet supports over 10 million digital assets across more than 100 blockchains, making it one of the largest cryptocurrency wallets in terms of supported assets and blockchain compatibility. And while I personally like, Trezor or Ledger, Trust Wallet is a great solution as well too that you guys can leverage. Look at this. The Nasdaq has officially submitted a proposed rule change to the SEC to list and trade shares of the CoinShares XRP ETF trust. And if approved, these funds would give investors an easy way to gain exposure to XRP and also Litecoin as well too. And we're going to talk about what would need to take place for this to get approved, allowing a boost in liquidity, attracting new capital, driving short-term price, as traders would anticipate more market exposure for XRP. Because in the United States, obviously, Ripple's been stifled, XRP's been stifled, but that's changing with Trump in office. And overseas, they haven't had to rely on the SEC's declaration of whether XRP is a security or not. So they've been doing massive business overseas. For example, you guys remember this taking place where the National Commercial Bank of Saudi Arabia joined RippleNet to help participating banks in the kingdom use its enterprise software to instantly facilitate cross-border payments, allowing the banking customers access to faster, cheaper, and more transparent cross-border transactions. As part of the deal, SAMA will also provide interested banks in Saudi Arabia with program management and training. Now, this happened last bull run, but the reason why this is a big deal is because the Saudi British Bank has a strategic plan aimed towards digital transformation and enriching customer experience aligned with the initiative of what's called Vision 2030 and Financial Sector Development Program. And one of the main objectives is to transform Saudi Arabia's financial market to provide innovative financial solutions. Now, everyone knows the most innovative financial solution is implementing distributed ledger technology to support private and public sector growth by introducing digital banking with licenses for different banks and the establishment of a fintech ecosystem to drive innovation, with a heavy emphasis on financial inclusion, such as boosting non-cash transactions to have everything go more digital by 2030. So the fact that that's 5 years away tells us that we're here early. And also, Hong Kong signed an agreement with Qatar to enhance connectivity between financial hubs in the Middle East, specifically in oil-rich Qatar, paving the way for future collaboration, strategic alliances between the two financial hubs. Now, as you guys already know, if you remember this, Ripple partnered with Qatar's largest bank to improve their cross-border payments and launch a new remittance platform. And even though this happened last bull run, this is such a big deal because with all of this testing, these pilot programs that happen, QNB being the largest financial institution in the Middle East and Africa, with affiliate companies operating in over 30 countries, partnerships like these will enable near real-time payments to not only QNB clients, but other clients globally that we're going to get to in a little bit, which raises the question, is XRP going to be used by the BRICS nations? Because right here, BRICS Pay has been successfully tested at the BRICS Business Forum, and BRICS ready to use blockchain technology. But the question arise was, XRP going to be included in that? Because XRP has already been integrated into all of these tests here and these pilot programs through these official documents that we've shown you guys over the years. For example, this one right here shows a diagram of the mechanism of cross-border money transfers in the Ripple system. We have the US dollar, the euro, the Japanese yen. Number one would be the exchange of transfer, the amount for internal tokens. Number three would be the exchange tokens for the recipient currency in like the Mexican peso, the Philippine peso, or the Thai baht. And number two, right in the center, it says transfer tokens to distributed ledger networks with the XRP logo right there. So it's very clear that XRP is the center of it all, and financial market participants see the potential in using smart contracts in their business processes. And over the past few years, regulators in a number of countries have been piloting reporting systems managed by smart contracts. And the spread of distributed ledger networks and smart contracts have created conditions for the development of asset tokenization. This is what Larry Fink, CEO of BlackRock, has said. Tokenizing everything on chain, the transfer of asset issuance processes and transactions with them to the digital environment. The asset would be presented in the form of a special token, usually issued and circulated in the DLT network, where tokens can be issued for a wide range of assets like securities, inventories, real estate, etc. Tokenization can help increase the liquidity of an asset. And so this goes all the way back to like 2015, even before then. And already in 2018, the World Bank issued its bonds in tokenized form on the blockchain platform. 38, they say in this document, in 2021 and 2022, SWIFT, together with the International Depository Clearstream and a number of other companies, conducted a pilot project to use its network for operations with tokenized assets. So it's very clear that central banks of all these countries are making the transition. The real question is, will they flip the switch for XRP or something else? Listen to this.
In the BRICS meetings, there were very good agreements made regarding the financial and monetary sphere. Iran made good agreements with the Central Bank of Russia during the period when they were the secretary of BRICS, and we had good agreements regarding the connection of card networks and monetary and financial cooperation, all of which we have raised in the BRICS. For example, today in the BRICS, the issue of paying for the transactions with local currency is one of the issues, and a very good agreement has been reached. Good agreements regarding global reserve payments and the use of bonds for payment were also made. We now have a global financial system based mostly on the IMF, the World Bank, and Western countries. Unfortunately, due to the political interactions with those countries, today the world is considering other arrangements. Definitely within the BRICS group of countries, such arrangements will be made between the member states. We have a payment system between countries based on local currencies. That was one of the topics of this meeting. China, Russia, and Iran are very interested in it. We have moved towards being able to conduct transactions with other countries in local currencies and reduce the role of the US dollar in international transactions. Russia has also made good progress. I think the BRICS countries have developed well and will definitely develop in the future. The new development bank, created by BRICS, can pursue many of the development goals of the BRICS member countries. Because today, the World Bank operates within the framework of the goals of the United States and Western countries. We hope that NDB will play this role for the BRICS member countries, and we want to become a member of NDB.
So as of right now, I haven't seen anything showing Ripple partnered with the new development bank, but Ripple just planted their flag in Portugal today with Unicambio, their first Portuguese client and the country's leading currency exchange provider, using Ripple payments. Their corporate customers can now move funds near instantly between Portugal and Brazil. And so while we haven't seen an official announcement about BRICS nations using XRP to quote unquote flip the switch, to be honest, Ripple doesn't even need the BRICS nations. And we'll talk about in a little bit what's needed to take place for the BRICS to get the green light to start using XRP or partnering with Ripple, because it clearly is the best solution for them. They're just looking for other alternatives due to sanctions. Now, a lot of people called XRP a slave coin because of their focus on helping central banks with their central banking digital currencies, saying that because CBDCs can be tokenized on it, well, it's dumb because every other type of asset can be tokenized on it as well. So I thought this was a great post by NFA.crypto, where it would be like calling a field of grass a violent concussion battleground because it's possible to play football on it, when in reality, any sport can be played on it. Even picnics can happen on it. And just because Ripple has the ability to help central banks with their CBDCs doesn't mean that's their only focus here. And just because the BRICS have new countries applying to partner with them, for example, 9 new countries officially joined the BRICS as of January 1st. That's Belarus, Bolivia, Cuba, Indonesia, Kazakhstan, Malaysia, Thailand, Uganda, Uzbekistan. Well, we already know Ripple does a bunch of business in Thailand. And so in some way, shape, or form, Ripple and XRP will be used across these countries. And so with Wall Street Bulls saying that XRP influencers claiming XRP will be a bridge currency for BRICS, let's get to the bottom of this, because Brad Garlinghouse said that Ripple will not work with sanctioned countries. And you guys know that with Russia and Ukraine, it's very clear that Brad Garlinghouse is saying that Ripple will not work with sanctioned banks or countries that are unrestricted counterparties. And with the Biden administration further perpetuating the war with Ukraine, sending money to Ukraine, keeping the war going, and the administration stifling innovation, having the SEC attack Ripple, well, the only thing that they could do was go to other countries that weren't sanctioned and make massive partnerships elsewhere outside the United States. But now with Trump in office, well, they just met with Trump, as you guys probably seen for the 1,000th time with this picture right here. So in order for Ripple and XRP to be used and do business in the public light where they can actually officially announce it and not stay on these NDAs, these non-disclosure agreements, privately doing business off the record on the private ledger, and to do it publicly to facilitate global trade, to finally usher in this new financial system, well, there would need to be negotiations to end the war. Listen to this.
It's got to stop. So whatever I can do to stop it, and we are having discussions, yes.
Ongoing, already scheduled and ongoing?
Already. talking, yes.
So you've already spoken to Vladimir Putin
I don't want to
since.
say that, but we are having very serious discussions.
Is there a reason you
about-
don't want to?
We are, well, I just don't want to say that.
Okay.
We're having very serious discussions about that war, trying to get it ended.
With Russia.
With Russia, yeah.
Now, eventually the war will end. They don't go on forever. You know, it'll end and then some new war will come up, and maybe it's the war against machines, rise of Terminator AI. We'll see what happens there. But that would need to take place to end the sanctions. Also, the war against the SEC would need to end. And Jeremy Hogan posted this saying, much more likely that the lawsuit is settled sooner than an ETF approval. So there's stepping stones for mass adoption. In order for it to happen in the blink of an eye, well, we see all the cards line up and certain things take place. For example, Donald Trump getting in office, firing Gary Gensler, the lawsuit eventually ending, XRP's ETF, Ripple IPOing, the ISO 222 standard going live by November at the end of this year. There's multiple things that need to take place